What it is, guys, it is your Dino, and we are back with another reaction video for the Summer Games Fest. This one happened yesterday during my stream, so we watched it afterwards. I made some notes, I went back over it a couple times, made sure that I got everything I could get out of it, and so here it is, the best of the best in my opinion for you guys to enjoy. Sit back, relax, sound off in the comments, let me know what you think about it, whether some of these videos that I've chosen to show off were good or bad or just didn't hit right for you. Let me know. And it starts off with the Prince of the Persia one. As you can see, this is a side-scrolling Prince of Persia. It is not the Sands of Time remake that they announced a while back that has hit development issues. It's one of those, it's going to happen. It's a whole situation with the industry at the moment. They're having delays and stuff like that because they're learning new tech. They're also dealing with the whole working from home dynamic and stuff like that, dealing with how to best manage their assets both in office and out of office. And I feel like the industry's starting to find that good sweet zone. Now the announcement of this is a good thing. I feel that it's going to tide people over. It's going to be one that people could enjoy whilst they wait for the Sands of Time remake. Lost Crown does look good, and it comes out in January. Then it goes straight into Mortal Kombat 1 for those who aren't aficionados or up in the know of the Mortal Kombat universe. This one is a reboot of the franchise. So from Mortal Kombat 11, which was the previous one, the events of that ended that universe, and going forward into MK1, it is a brand new universe. It has a new worldscape and it has backstory that is going to probably end up getting developed across more Mortal Kombat games as they come out, or if this is going to be the end of the era, we don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. As in true NetherRealms fashion, the game looks beautiful, combat looks really smooth, and the character designs are interesting and unique, and they've changed the lore of the universe a bit more, and they've made certain characters change where they sit in the hierarchy of the world, because obviously if you are a Mortal Kombat fan, you know that there are certain gods that interact within the tournament of Mortal Kombat, one of them being Raiden, the Thunder God, and then he's one of the elder gods. Then you've also got the lesser gods and so on and so forth. But apparently in this new universe, Liu Kang is now the god of fire, or thunder, or the fire god. So that being said, that ended, as far as I'm aware, in MK11. He became the fire god and basically helped bring about the end of that universe. So it brings us into a new universe where new canon can be created. That being said, I haven't played an MK in a while. I kind of drifted away from this universe and this franchise. I just felt like the whole fighting game franchise was having a problem with being a bit stagnant. It felt like there's the same rhetoric over and over and over again. Nothing innovative was actually happening. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. It's always a nice one to hear, whether you're a fan of these franchises or not, or whether you think that they're doing good or bad. As I was saying, MK is scheduled for a release date real soon. They are going to be announcing more stuff probably at one of the other events. So you have this coming out in September, and if you pre-order, you get Shang Tsung and beta access. Now that's not really something that I think is good, but they led straight into another good one, which is the announcement of Path of Exile. We first found out about Path of Exile 2 back when they announced the fact that they were developing it 2 years ago, and then they went quiet, and now they are back showing off what they've done, and it looks very good. And I know there will be some people that will say, oh, it's a Diablo clone, it's a Diablo clone. It's a dungeon crawler. They are all going to have a lot of similarities, so take that with a pinch of salt, bear that in mind. It does look cool. Path of Exile have probably one of the most complex skill tree systems out there, even more complex than Diablo. It makes Diablo look like a child's toy, but Path of Exile does look very good, and as it started off last time, we'll find out more in July on the 28th to find out more about the game. Now, this is one of the crossovers that were announced for the Summer Games Fest, and I am very happy about this one. If you haven't worked it out yet, Capcom are announcing a Mecha Ryu, but not for Street Fighter. No. This is a Mecha Ryu for their new game that's coming out, Exoprimal. Exoprimal, for those who don't know, will be available day one on Game Pass. I will be playing it, so you'll be able to check it out, and hopefully we'll be able to play with Mecha Ryu in there and Mecha Guile, which is a cool thing. Forgot to mention that. As you can see in the video, here he is, Mecha Guile as well. So they're doing a crossover between Street Fighter and Exoprimal, and that's going to be interesting. And the collab will be coming in fall 2023, and Exoprimal comes out in July. You've got that to look forward to. Now, the next one that they did does look kind of interesting. It might not be up everyone's alley, but it's a Nicolas Cage crossover with Dead by Daylight. Now, I'm not a big Dead by Daylight fan. I feel like the franchise is just generic. The one monster versus survivors dynamic, it isn't my cup of tea, but I know people absolutely love this franchise, and I'm happy for them to get something cool like Nicolas Cage in their game. That's amazing. Imagine having Keanu Reeves in there as well. That would be great. And then they jumped straight into some new stuff. I have cut out all of the TV shows and the movie trailers that I didn't think were important enough or people wouldn't have known about already. So if you do want to see all of those, there will be a link to this full video. Bear in mind, it's 4 hours long, guys. I've taken the most important parts and I've showed you that, and I feel like this is where I've kind of grabbed the best of the best that they showed off. Now, this is a new game that's coming, and it's pretty interesting. It gives me Bulletstorm meets Doom vibes, and I feel like it's one to watch. It does have some really cool game mechanics that you're seeing off here in the trailer that they showed off. This is all in game as well, so it does look really, really nice, and it's called Witchfire, and you'll be able to play it September 20th, and it's going to be on PC. Now, this one's kind of a niche game in my opinion. This is Remnant from the Ashes 2. I feel like Remnant was a very niche game when it was first announced. It was basically like a co-op Dark Soulsy shooter game, and it was good. It had some very dedicated players, and it did have some cool dynamics to it and cool systems, but I feel like it was always a very niche game and didn't get the response that it deserved. And hopefully the new one does get some more acclaim. I feel like it's a very good game, and I'm interested to see what they do with this one. So I will be keeping an eye on this one, and I'll let you guys know more in the future on it. Now, they do also announce the release date as well, and they show off some pre-order bonuses, which is really nice. I know that some people like that. And they jumped straight into another one, Sonic. Now, I love Sonic. And I love Mario. And to see this be made, I feel like the side-scrolling platformer games like Sonic struggle with being good on more modern TVs because they move so fast, and it causes that really weird aberration system that a lot of people may find a bit queasy. But I think that this game does have a unique selling point in the fact that it has 4-player co-op, and it's basically like a party game. You got new abilities, and you can play through levels together, and you can try and beat special zones like the original Chaos Emerald gemstone areas of number 1. Those are great. And then you got abilities. Sonic Superstars is something I'll also be keeping an eye on, and you'll find out more later. And if you go over and check out their website, you can get an Amy skin. And then another one that may appeal to some people, HoYoverse has got a new game out, and it's called Honkai Star Rail. And this announcement trailer that they did here was for the fact that they are announcing that Honkai Star Rail will be available on PlayStation 5 this Q4 or Q3. Now, I feel like a Q3, Q4 kind of area, like it's going to be probably, I feel that they'll probably try and release it right at the end of Q3 and start of Q4, or they'll go for the middle of Q4, which will be around like November time. I think they'll go for between November and say August. That's the window that I think that they would try and release this for. And it's a really pretty game and it looks really, really good. I've watched my partner play it and I think it looks really interesting, but I probably wouldn't play it myself. Now, this one, for those who don't know, is Lies of P. Lies of P is basically a Souls-like Soulsborne game set in the world of Pinocchio. You play Pinocchio, but he's not the Pinocchio that you expect from Disney. It's a lot darker. It's like this original fairy tale of Geppetto making a real boy, and it's very dark and very macabre, but it's a Soulsborne game and it will be on Game Pass day one, so you have that to look forward to. And the cool thing is, at the Summer Games Fest announcement, they announced that there is an available available demo for you to play right now. You can go down to your store on PlayStation, Xbox. I think they also have a demo for it on the PC, both Epic and on Steam. So you can go check that out right now if you wanted to. Now, I probably will be checking this game out day one on Game Pass because I'll be playing it for free. And it comes out September 19th, and that's something you guys can look forward to. Then this one kind of pulled me for a loop for a moment. I was expecting them to be announcing Dragon Quest when I saw this one announced, but I was wrong, and I'll admit that. It's not. Yes, it's Toriyama's art style and Toriyama character designs, but it's Sandland. Sandland is a completely different storylines, different universe, and you play a demon character who saves the world. Basically, that's just the summation of the manga, and it's really, really cool. It looks really, really interesting. I can't wait to see more about it, and I'd love to get my hands on it because I feel like it does seem something that would be quite fun to play. Let me know if you look forward to that one as well. Now, after Sandland, they announced something quite interesting. I feel that could be one of those that might appeal to a lot of people. That Annapurna Games, the people that made a game that I was very, very, very looking forward to, was Stray. They announced that they will be doing a showcase on the 29th. I personally think that this is something that I should be checking out, or even for my own enjoyment. I may not make a video on it, but if you guys want me to try and do some coverage for it, let me know. I'll try and cover it. I'll try and give you guys the information where I can, and I will let you know on that one at a certain point. If you are wanting to see me do a coverage of that event, I will do. And then this one is probably one that might be kind of up there for people. It's being made by NCSoft and Amazon Games. It is, I feel like, Amazon's next new world kind of game that they're trying to aim for, and it does have some amazing looking cinematics and ideas in the fact that you can basically transform into birds and then into animals and back again as a way of moving around. It does look very interesting, and I feel like the art style is very Black Desert Online kind of vibe, and it does look very cool. It does have a very action MMO RPG style to it in the way that it presents itself, and I feel like it's one that I should be keeping my eye on. If you guys like the look of it, let me know. I do think that Throne and Liberty do look very interesting. They do have a beta test going. There was a little link there for you, throneandlegacy.com. You can check that out. And then Warhaven by Nexon. Now, I'm kind of divided on this one. I'm not really a fan of this style of game. It's basically like For Honor, but it has like superpowers kind of thing, and it's very medieval. It's aimed around a medieval design, but I don't know how I feel about it. I do like the idea of it, but I don't really like the idea of constant PvP. I've kind of reached that point where PvP is something that I'll pick up and play for a little bit, and a game like Warhaven seems like it's one of those that you have to dedicate lots and lots of time for, and if you put it down for even a minute, you can fall behind on what is the meta and you'll end up struggling to get caught back up. But that's just my opinion. I'm looking forward to knowing more about it, and it is going to be coming soon, and it's going to have new events. And they announced Party Animals on the 20th of the 9th, 2023, and then this one, the big one that a lot of people have been talking about that I know of. This is the live gameplay of Alan Wake 2. Now, if you haven't played Alan Wake 1, don't worry. The guy Sam, who plays Alan Wake's character in the game, announced that if you haven't played Alan Wake 1, you don't have to worry too much, because this is its own standalone story at the same time as being a sequel, because it picks up where Alan Wake's story left off, which was him being in the dark dimension. But because it's two stories in one, you have Alan's story and then you have this character's story. Saga, who is an FBI agent, you get the ability to jump seamlessly between the two of them at points throughout the game, and you can decide wherever you want to play the game the way you want, kind of thing. Like, you can focus on Alan Wake's story up until you get to the end point, and then go back and then play it through as Saga and get that up to where you need to be so you can finish the game, which I feel is a very interesting way of doing it, and it would probably lead towards a lot of people saying that's the value of two games in one, kind of thing. That's my mindset on it. But I know it's going to be a one that will probably be divisive, and a lot of people are going to get a bit and out of shape over it, because it's not just all about Alan Wake. But I feel like you can never please everyone, so do the best you can to make yourself happy and not harm anyone along the way. So I'm interested in this one. Hopefully it ends up coming to Game Pass, because I don't think I'd probably run out and buy it anytime soon, because there's so many games coming out. I have to prioritize what I'm getting, but they do have a release date for it, October 17th, and it looks really cool. And they led straight into a game that I am super hyped for. Focus and Saber Interactive. This is Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, and this gameplay trailer that they showed off here is all about the fact that the game will be 3-player co-op. You and 2 others unleash absolute chaos upon the Tyrannid army. The Tyrannid horde is going to get messed up by you and them other Ultra Space Marines, and you're going to have so much fun playing as Captain Titus. Definitely going to be one that I will be playing when it comes out. I am so excited for this game. Super pumped for it. I really enjoyed the first one. Can't wait for this one. It's going to be so good. That's my opinion. But it's coming out this winter, so we've got another winter game, another Q4 game to look forward to, which is going to be super cool. And they led into this one, another Focus and Saber game. Focus went mad ham on this one. They've done a really good job of pumping out games, and they've got so many things that look absolutely amazing. This game, when I was watching it, gave me a good chuckle. I think that the art style, the way that they've tried to make light of what they're doing and playing different music, it gave me that scene in Step Brothers where they're sat in the car and they sing along. I absolutely chuckled at that. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando looks so cool. It gives me Left 4 Dead vibes on a grand scale of absolute chaos with vehicles and heavy gunners. It looks so cool, and it looks very high impact, and it looks like it's going to have loads of different vehicles and things that you're going to have to do. I'm very much looking forward to this one, and they announced that this is coming out in 2024. I'm definitely going to keep my eye on that one, and I hope you guys do too. Let me know if you like the look of it. Again, they did a big long one showing off the new protagonist with Baldur's Gate, August 31st, 2023. I didn't want to do all the coverage of the talking, so I just showed off the main part there, and I feel like that's the best way of showing off that. I feel like that's the best showcase for it. Again, another one was the fact that they announced the Spider-Man 2 release date, which looks awesome, and I will be playing that on day one. That is another October release, so October's getting busy. Now this one is one that has me very divided. Like, how do they get past this one? This is Power World. It is basically Pokemon with guns, and you can see the inspiration of Pokemon everywhere, from the Eevees to the Electrobuzzes to the Mareeps to the Latioses and the Latiases that you will see in the trailer. But it looks so cool, and I really am interested in it, and it's one that you'll have to wait till later on in the 2024 early access, but I want to know what it's playable on. And then they showed off something that I know may upset a couple of console gamers that I know that play this game. This is the new content for Black Desert Online. It's the new expansion, and it looks very, very pretty, but it's only on PC to begin with, because Black Desert Online started out on PC. So I understand why it goes for the DLC going only onto PC first, and then they'll probably end up bringing it over to consoles on probably only 9th gen. I feel, I don't think there would be an 8th gen version of it, so this Xbox Series X and S would miss out on the Xbox One S and One X would miss out on it, but the Series X and S version would get it. And then there was this, the Lord of the Rings Return to the Mines of Moria. I was like, it just looks like Dwarven Minecraft with tower defense. I wasn't sure about it, but again, I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. I have to keep an eye on it. Even with the Gollum game, I had to keep an eye on that one. So I'll keep an eye on it, but I don't think the graphics look too good. It looks 360 graphics, in my opinion, all 2023. And then this one. Oh, I was happy about this one. I have definitely got to sign up for this, and I will be, hopefully, if I can get onto the beta for it, I probably will be making a lot of content on this one. I'll be using my partner's iPad to do it, and so I'll be able to give you guys the best possible quality from that, because we've got the ability to hook it up to graphics capture cards and stuff like that, so we'll be able to capture it in full screen, beautiful, and everything like that. I feel like this is definitely one that has to be covered. As a Final Fantasy fanboy, it's one that I will be covering. I will make sure I get some coverage for it for you guys. I am very excited for it. Now, as you guys know, we got a new Final Fantasy coming out this month, which is Final Fantasy 16, and this is definitely one that should tide me over as well. Pre-registration begins now, so you can get on the closed beta test, and then they jump straight into another Focus and Saber game. This is Focus and Don't Nod, not Focus and Saber. Sorry, they just dropped so many. Kind of get tired to saying Focus and Saber. Now, this is a really weird game. It's to do with witchcraft and wizardry and like fighting spirits and monsters and stuff. But you play as two characters at once. You play as the man, who is the one who banishes or spares the ghosts or spirits or whatever, and then you play as his dead partner, who is the spirit medium, person who can allows him to see all the ghosts and stuff like that. And it looks really, really cool, and they've announced a collector's edition with a nice, beautiful figure, and it comes out in at the end of 2023. It looks absolutely amazing. And then they went straight into another one, which was a new Ishin game, Like a Dragon Ishin. This one is obviously going to be a more modern Like a Dragon game. It's going to be set in a modern world, and it's not like the last one, which we had was set in like a samurai era. Now, I love these games. I've watched them be played, but I haven't got around to playing them because I have so many games on my backlist. My backlog is just absolutely huge, and I will get there eventually. It's just one of those things where you want to try and balance the games that are giving you the serotonin. As a person on the spectrum, I'm driven by the brain fizzies, as I call it. And when I get the brain fizzies, I have to chase the brain fizzies. And these games are ones that I pick up and play. So it's called Like a Dragon Gaiden, and it looks really interesting. And then there's Fae Farm. I think Fae Farm is a game that my partner will absolutely love. It's going to be out in September, and it's going to be playable on the Nintendo Switch and on PC. It looks absolutely adorable. It gives you the Harvest Moon vibes with fairies and fae and Animal Crossing vibes. It looks absolutely adorable. I feel like this is one that will definitely appeal to my partner, and I may end up picking it up and giving it a go and probably doing a review for it for you guys as well. Let me know if you want me to do that. And then we jumped into another one, which was by Kabam. Now, this one kind of had me on the fence. I like the look of the art style, and the gameplay looks kind of cool. The problem is it's mobile and PC only, which makes me get the vibe of, oh, it's going to be like Raid Shadow Legends. I know that's terrible, and I know that's bad that I shouldn't say that, but that's just the vibe it gives off to me. I know the gameplay is actual footage, and it does give you the actual gameplay there, but it feels like King Arthur Legends Arise may be a game like that idea of being a game that will be sponsored by a lot of people, and they'll cover it and say, hey, you should play this and stuff like that. That's what I feel on that one. And then there's this one, Wayfinder. Wayfinder is another game by Digital Extremes, that it's going to be on PlayStation and PC, and I like the look of it, but I don't like the fact that it's just on PlayStation and PC, because as a person who has every console, I feel like everyone should get to play it, and I feel like this game isn't going to do as well because of the fact that it's hamstringed by it being only on PlayStation and PC. This one had to be shown. I am a big Twisted Metal fan, and when I saw this, I was like, oh my god, it's Sweet Tooth and Anthony Mackie. Yes. Is this an announcement for Twisted Metal, the game? And I was pleasantly surprised. I was expecting them to announce a Twisted Metal game, but this isn't that. This is very interesting, and if you do want to watch this one with sound, I definitely recommend it. It's absolutely hilarious. It's got them singing along to the thong song, and it's hilarious. This is an announcement for Twisted Metal, the TV series on Peacock, and it's coming out in July. So you've got something to look forward to in July. That'll be interesting. And it led straight into this really interesting game that gave me like Hades vibes, in the fact that it looks like a roguelite, but you can use time to create versions of yourself to help fight the bad guys. So for example, it shows here you create a version of yourself and rewind time, and then that one will attack it, and then you can come up behind and do double damage. I feel it has such a unique idea, and it has such great potential to do well. I'm disappointed that it's only on PC. Hopefully it will get a console port at some point. Otherwise, I feel like Wraith will be one of those games that will be kind of not played by everyone, and that's a sad thing. And then they led into this one, and I am very happy for this one. This is Fortnite. it is the announcement of the new season, chapter 4, season 3, and they're bringing in all these new ideas and themes. It's called the Wilds, but what made me super happy is the fact that this has got a Hasbro crossover in the form of Transformers. As you guys know, I'm a massive Transformer nerd. I love it. The fact that they've got Transformers in it, I hope there's going to be some Transformer skins outside of just Optimus. Personally, I'm hoping for a Grimlock one. And if I get a Grimlock one, I'm going to be very happy. And that's probably going to be the skin I'll main for the rest of my life. But the fact that you're getting Cybertronian weapons looks really cool. And I'll be playing this on Sunday. So we can experience it together and we can play it together. Look forward to that. And then this is where I got excited as a Final Fantasy fanboy. This announcement had me super excited. The fact that there's Barrett, Kiefer, Red, and everyone on stretchers, I was like, what the hell? What's going on? And it's not what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting this announcement trailer to be like this. But as you kind of gathered by now, this is the announcement for my most anticipated game right now. This is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, originally they said that it was aimed for a winter release of 2023, but at the end of this one, they announced that it's been pushed back slightly to an early 2024. Now, I have a theory on this one. I believe that the reason why they have done so is because 2023 is absolutely chocker and they want to release this in a good window so it gets the best possible release. Now, this is only going to be on PlayStation 5 on its release. It's not going to be on PlayStation 4 and it's not getting a PC release. I'm okay with that because I have a PlayStation 5, but again, I will make my opinions known. I absolutely hate the fact that Square Enix locked themselves to just one console. I love Square Enix games and I would love to see them be on every platform because I think that everyone deserves to play them. It's not fanboyism or anything like that. I'm a gamer fanboy, and at the end of the day, I believe that everyone should get the ability to play a game like this, even though it's made by a third-party company. It's made by Square Enix. Square Enix shouldn't be locking themselves down to just one platform, just Xbox or just PlayStation or just Nintendo Switch. It's bad business in my opinion, and I love them, but that really stresses me out and it really frustrates me because I want to see them succeed and I want to see them do better, because the American RPGs are absolutely crushing JRPGs in the market right now. Western RPGs outsell all JRPGs because they're available everywhere and on every platform 9 times out of 10. So why not maximize your profits by putting it on every platform? No more exclusive to PlayStation. Bring it to every console, bring it to every platform so that everyone can play it. That's my opinion. That's where I stand on that one. But as always, guys, I'd like to hear what you say. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Whether you liked the event or not, I'd love to know. Let me know whether you think this is a good one. I honestly gave this a solid A. This was absolutely amazing. But as always, guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share it out on social media, share it with your friends, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Take care, be safe, be well, have fun gaming and creating, and I'll see you then. Bye, guys.